So, if you've got solar batteries, especially if you're living in a hot climate, you're going to want to listen to this. We're seeing a ton of systems out there failing, and it's not because of bad wiring or anything like that. Nope, it's because of a silent killer, temperature. Today, we are going to break down exactly how heat is silently destroying your investment and, more importantly, what you can actually do about it.
And I'm not kidding, this is a huge deal. If you don't get a handle on how temperature affects your system, you could literally be chopping years off your battery's life and not even know it. The stakes here are incredibly high, not just for your wallet, but for the reliability of your entire setup.
Okay, so let's get into the science of this, just for a minute. You have to remember, at their core, all batteries are really just little chemical systems. And, just like any chemical reaction, heat is the accelerator pedal. When things get hot, all those little reactions inside your battery just start going way, way faster, and that's what speeds up the whole process of aging and, well, degradation.
Now, here's the really wild part. There's this rule of thumb that engineers use, and it's pretty shocking. For most batteries, for every 10 degrees Celsius you go above that perfect 25-degree sweet spot, you can lose up to half of the battery's expected lifespan. Yeah, 50%. That is a staggering loss.
And here's what that looks like in the real world, where it actually hits your wallet. A battery that was designed and sold to you with a 5-year lifespan, if you install it in a hot garage that's just hanging out at 35 degrees, well, it might only last 2.5 years. And if it gets up to 45 degrees, forget about it. You might be looking at 1.5 years, maybe. That is a massive, massive financial hit.
So you might be wondering, where is all this heat even coming from? Well, some of it is just the air around it, the ambient temperature. But, and this is key, the battery also makes its own heat. Every time your system draws power, especially a lot of it for things like your inverter, that energy has to push through the battery's own internal resistance. There's a formula for it, P equals I squared R, but all you need to know is that this process generates heat from the inside out.
And this is where things get really, really dangerous. It creates this vicious feedback loop. See, the heat ages the battery. That aging process makes its internal resistance go up. Now, because the resistance is higher, the battery generates even more internal heat when you use it. And of course, that extra heat makes it age even faster, which pushes the resistance up again. And the whole cycle just keeps repeating and getting worse and worse until the battery fails, often pretty spectacularly.
Now, not all batteries are created equal when it comes to dealing with heat. So let's compare the two most common types you'll see out there: the old-school lead-acid batteries and the more modern lithium iron phosphate, or LiFePO4.
Lead-acid batteries, oh man, they just suffer in the heat. The high temperatures make them lose water way faster, and it corrodes their internal plates, which just kills their lifespan. Lithium batteries, on the other hand, they do handle heat much better, but, and this is a big but, they are not immune. High heat will still cut down their overall cycle life. And critically, their built-in battery management system, the BMS, is actually designed to just shut the whole thing down if it gets dangerously hot, leaving you completely without power. Let's actually put some numbers on this. This chart here breaks down the real risk zones. So between 35 and 45 degrees Celsius, you're in what we'd call the elevated risk zone. Your battery is aging way faster than it should be. Now push past 50 degrees and you're in dangerous territory. This is where a lithium BMS might just say nope and shut down to protect itself. And above 60 degrees, well, that's the critical zone. That's where you start to run the risk of thermal runaway, which is a catastrophic failure you do not want to see.
Okay, so knowing the science is one thing, but how does this actually apply to your system at home? Well, unfortunately, a lot of systems are basically doomed from day one because of a few super common and totally avoidable installation mistakes.
Here are the top 3 offenders we see all the time. First, installing your batteries in a totally sealed-off room or a box with zero ventilation. The heat they make has literally nowhere to go. Second, stacking the batteries right up against each other, packed in tight. This stops any air from circulating and creates these little hot spots that just cook the battery. And third, putting the batteries right next to other hot equipment, like inverters and charge controllers. You're basically putting your very expensive battery inside an oven.
All right, enough about the problems. Let's talk about the solutions. This is your practical, no-nonsense survival guide. We've got 5 key steps you can take to protect your batteries and, your investment.
Okay, step 1, and this is a big one. Make sure your batteries are in a shaded and well-ventilated spot. Step 2, always leave some space, a good few inches, between each battery so air can actually flow around them. 3, whatever you do, never let direct sunlight hit the batteries or their enclosure. 4, physically separate your battery bank from hot equipment like your inverter. Give them their own space. And 5, this is a pro tip. If your system supports it, use a temperature sensor. This lets the charger intelligently adjust how it charges based on how hot the battery is, which is crucial for preventing damage.
Here is the simplest test in the world you can do right now. Go and physically touch your batteries. If they feel noticeably warm or actually hot, that is not normal. That is a huge red flag that your system is already in distress. That feedback loop we talked about, it might already be kicking in.
So, look, I really need to hammer this point home. Ignoring heat isn't just about performance or saving money. In the worst cases, the heat can get so intense that cable insulation starts to melt, the battery cells themselves can physically swell up like a balloon. A failure can become a really serious safety hazard. This is about protecting your home and your family, not just a piece of equipment. So if you only take one single thing away from all of this, let it be this. For any solar setup, especially in a hot climate, thinking about temperature control isn't some optional extra. It is one of the single most critical design decisions you will ever make for the health, the lifespan, and the safety of your entire system.
And that kind of leaves us with one last question for you to think about. What's the highest temperature you've actually measured in your battery setup? And if the answer is, I've never checked, well, now is the time to start.